Now, Marie, why are you trying to convince a liar to be truthful about their lies? Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 7, Let There Be Peace. Child, peace my ass. Okay, so we start off with the parade where we left off last episode, and Sanjay and Soguchi are still talking, and nothing is really resolved. It's kind of just passive aggressive. Of course, Sanjay is going to protect her mother, of course, and Soguchi is going to protect herself. One thing that Soguchi does mention is that, Selena is apparently, she has a man and she has her own life. So why is she so pressed? Like I said, I think both of them are pressed. We've seen interviews with them. I just wish that hopefully during the actual reunion, we can get some real answers here as to what's going on with JJ being there. I think JJ being there is really going to bring out a lot of the issues and when it comes to Selena and Soguchi. But child, we shall see. So Tambra is at the radio station and she talks about Damon. She's talking to her big brother, who I guess is also, I don't know if he's the owner of the station or he's just the manager of the station. But she was saying how her and Damon are not on the same page. And even Damon made a comment that all she does is sit in a chair all day. And she was really offended by that. And I mean, men who do manual labor, like blue collar workers, yes, they definitely always say that their job is much more difficult than someone who's in air conditioning in an office all day. I've heard that before as well, but hey, it is what it is. But she's offended by it, and so she's saying they're not on the same page. But her friend slash manager mentions the embryos and how she said that she still has them and she still wants to use them, but of course her goal was to get married first and then have kids. Honestly, I like to hear this side of Tambra being older and wanting to start a family, but still not sure about Damon. In my personal opinion, her and Aikisha, these type of conversations between them would have been amazing because Aikisha is an older mother. She had her kids older. She got married older. So I think this would have been a perfect conversation between them, but because they don't get along, we can't see it. And honestly, Tamara, damn it, like, you just gonna have to at least apologize to some of these people so we can see you more with like Aikisha and Hail Marie, and we're gonna talk about that later. But I felt like that is the perfect two people that we need to hear this from, especially with older women who are going through the same thing. So with that, Marie goes to therapy, and this is another scene that I loved because we see Marie be vulnerable. And she says that she's burnt out because she is always the go-to person for everyone else's problems, and it's time to put her first. Amen to that, because I think a lot of us can relate to that. A lot of us are the go-to people for everyone else's problems, and then we put our problems to the side. So she was like, look, I got to focus on me. And I love that she said that. And so she's at therapy and she talks about how she came from a two-parent household and how her mother had a weed addiction, a marijuana addiction at first, and how it progressed and it went from just marijuana to her actually lacing it with that booger sugar. and how at one point her father was protecting it, making it seem like, oh, she was out with other people. And, eventually the father couldn't lie to them anymore because physically the mother did look sick, or she looked like she was addicted to something. And she said even after her father remarried, he was still trying to save Marie's mother. And I think that Marie took on the role of trying to save her mom in replace of her father. So because she saw that her whole entire life that her father was always trying to protect her mother, she took on that role. And then she mentioned that she was also bullied in school. So she didn't have peace at home and she didn't have peace at school. So it really comes out that Marie is very controlling, which we knew she was controlling, but she's controlling because she had no control growing up. And how, in the process of her always trying to help people, she's trying to get those feel good moments that she missed from her childhood trying to help people. But the therapist said, in reality, a lot of these people are probably using you. So you need to just shut down and just shut them off, period. So I love that scene. I love to see the vulnerable side of Marie because Marie is always at times so hardcore. And she does mention in this episode that she loves hard. So because she loves hard, when people betray her, she takes it really personal. And honestly, I'm the same way. I love hard. So when people betray me, it's literally, I will cut them off in a heartbeat. So I definitely understood that about her. But I love that we finally get to see this softer side of Marie. We've seen some softer sides, especially when it comes to the kids and her grandkids, but this was about her. So I love that. So moving on, we see Letitia and So Gucci meet up, and they're talking about how Letitia has PCOS, and they're at like a juice bar, and So Gucci kind of like mapped out like this meal plan for Letitia's PCOS and how that can help her. And then they start talking about the incident. And, Gucci says again that she feels like Latrice did this on purpose. And, Gucci throws shade about Latrice's marriage and how there's some type of entanglement going on. I mean, they all throw shade at each other. And to me, that's normal petty drama. Of course, when it gets violent, that's just damn ridiculous. But, Latrice has said her shady stuff about So Gucci, so Gucci is throwing it back. Um, so Letitia talks about how she wants to have a peace treaty, okay? And we already knew there wasn't going to be any peace, but at least she tried for the show. So Akeisha and Marie meet up, and they're actually getting really close and developing a friendship despite all the drama that happened last season. And child, Akeisha gets real with it, talking about how she miss her man when it comes to the kids and how she just miss her man for her freaky tail moments and how she be giving herself helping hands, child. And I was like, okay, look, I mean, the reality is that's natural, that's normal for a lot of people, but she was bold about it on TV, and I was like, all right, Akeisha, damn it, do your thing, Southern Belle, do your thing. Just say what it is and then mean what you say, honey. But they talk about how Marie says she found out from Tamara's ex-fiance that Tamara approached him about doing the Belle Collective show, and he declined because of the industry that he's in. And next thing he knows, he looks on TV and sees that Tamara is with Damon. And apparently Damon is the man that Tamara cheated with when she was with this ex-fiance. Okay. Now, this sounds like some ridiculous petty drama. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm just like, why is this a storyline? And even Akeisha was like, why is her ex-fiance so messy? Like, what is he trying to prove in this situation? Like, what's the point? Because typically men, if they are cheated on or they're dissed or whatever the case may be, they just kind of deal with it internally, keep it moving or whatever. But the fact that he had a meeting with her to expose this, it did seem kind of off in my opinion. And even Akeisha was like, why would this man be this messy? So, but Marie is like, look, she wants to expose it. She wants to expose it because she feels like Tambra is always lying and she's always Miss Perfect. So she wants to talk about it, I guess. So Latrice and Letitia meet up, and Latrice claims that she didn't send Selena to attack Gucci, and how she always invites both of them to her events, and how, she feels like she could still invite whoever, they're both grown. And while Latrice is messy, and I feel like Latrice may have thought there was definitely going to be some shady moments and some bickering going on, who knows if she thought it was going to escalate. I don't think she thought it was going to escalate to a physical fight. And I agree. At the end of the day, they're grown. Even if she brings them together to possibly start some drama, you guys don't have to take the bait. In my opinion, they were both wrong in how they handled that situation. So, of course, Letitia again talks about this peace treaty situation. And so the peace treaty happens, okay? And so Letitia starts off saying that they're going to break away into separate groups because it seems like when there's an audience, things can never get resolved. Well, honey, that lens that's in front of your face, that camera, that is an audience. So I didn't think it was still going to get resolved, and we clearly see that. Now Letitia steps away with Akeisha, and Marie steps away with Tambra, and so Gucci and Latrice actually stay at the table. My personal opinion, I would have preferred to see Letitia and Akeisha talk, because remember I told you guys, I think in the beginning of this season, I don't think Akeisha and Letitia have talked about the drama that happened when Letitia said so boldly that that's why you got a family that don't want you. Like, she really went there with Akeisha, and I think that hurt Akeisha to her core, because we clearly know her family dynamic situation. And I don't think an apology was ever given, nor did they talk about it. So I would have preferred to see that. But of course, we don't. We see Tambra and Marie. And so Marie confronts Tambra about the man who came to Marie and Letitia. I didn't know it was an actual meeting with Marie and Letitia. And, Tambra gets defensive and starts to cut Marie off. Here's the thing. We know Tambra is extra, and we have caught her in lies before on this show. So I, one, did not understand what the point of this was besides just stirring up some drama for the show. She's never been one to admit anything, but then also to admit something about this. Like, it's not like she's hiding a baby. It's not like, this is literally some petty drama about a past relationship. Maybe she did cheat, maybe she didn't, who knows? But to me, this is not really a scandal. So I didn't understand why it was brought up, besides the fact that Tambra doesn't like to do drama. She doesn't like people confronting her about certain things. And when it happens, she gets really defensive and she walks away. So I think that was the reason why Marie brought it up. In my personal opinion, though, is it that much of a big deal to try to call Tambra out on it? No. I just, Marie has so many other things that she needs to focus on. And from my understanding, I think Glenn said in a previous episode that Marie was apparently allegedly sleeping with a married man. Did he not say that, y'all? Y'all let me know in the comments, because y'all be catching stuff like I be catching stuff. So if that's the case, Marie, you don't need to focus on Tambra. Because at the end of the day, when you focus on other people's business in their closet, your closet, the business in your closet comes out. So, yeah, so I didn't understand it. We knew Tambra wasn't going to tell us anything. And we know that she never typically tells the truth. So it was, I don't know. The drama to me was very pointless, in my opinion. But y'all let me know in the comments what you think about it. And so at that point, Tamara leaves, says, Marie can speak to her attorney, and then the episode goes off. This was an okay episode. I actually liked it because we did see some vulnerable moments with the ladies. So, in my opinion, we didn't really need a lot of drama. We just really needed to hear, some of the backstories and what some of these women are going through. Because believe it or not, a lot of other women are probably going through the same thing. So that made them relatable. Um, Honestly, I'm shocked that I didn't see a lot of BS when it came to the caveman mentality, besides what Tambra said about Damon. I am very shocked. But the next episode, we get all of that. So I knew it was too good to be true. The next episode, we're going to get a full-fledged amount of that with Glenn and whatever his damn name is, Light Eyes. I don't forgot his name, Cliff. We're going to get all of that next episode. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this episode. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like it was a good episode? How do you feel about Marie and her situation with Tambra and her counseling session and all the other stuff that happened on this episode? So please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.